Hello everyone, welcome to the Vietnam Aviation Talks delivered by Dr. Binh Tran from Vietnam Aviation Academy. Today, we continue our research on the topics technology's impacts will reduce the comparative advantage of an airlines. So, as you may know, the International Civil Aviation Organization, the ICAO, plays a crucial role in addressing aviation impacts on the environment. Its standards and policies ensures that aviation's environmental impacts in terms of noise and carbon emissions are addressed in a coherent manner and guarantee a high degree of uniformity in the regulatory regimes. ICAO's environmental standards allows the security of technological improvements and the reaction of the level of regulatory predictability for airlines. However, the implementation of ICAO's environmental regulations regime has threatened the airlines' business. Airlines oppose the environmental levy, which increases the overall cost of air transport, and rapidly transfer this cost to customers through their ticket pricing. This has been seen as having a negative impact on the airlines, their customers, both domestic and international trade, and local economies. Therefore, the airlines ultimately responded to this regulatory imposition by investing in new, more environmentally friendly aircraft to meet the carbon emission standards and several related costs. And as a matter of fact, the airline industry has always been at the forefront of technology creation and innovation. There have always been large numbers of advancements, most of which have recently centered around fuel-efficient engines in order to reduce operating costs. Current aircraft models are especially fuel-efficient compared to previous models, affording fuel savings of 18 to 20%, according to aircraft manufacturers. This greatly assisting the airlines in reducing costs. So, pioneering airlines such as Qatar Airways and Singapore Airlines always purchase new aircraft and upgrade to newest technologies in order to save operating and maintenance costs. So thanks to part to its financial strength, Qatar Airways invariably uses the latest aircraft models for fuel efficiencies and to assist its brand recognition of being a clean, green, and environmentally friendly airlines. The airline is equipped with the most modern aircraft models, such as the A350-1000, in keeping with its commitment to environmental sustainability. And furthermore, Qatar Airways also focuses on new aircraft investment in noise reduction and cabin air quality, aimed at minimizing the passenger discomfort and fatigue. With these new technologies, new aircraft innovations reduce air quality-related symptoms such as dry eyes or dry skin during long-haul flights. Modern aircraft also usually provide personal in-flight entertainment systems instead of common share screens, with the majority of passengers being happier when they have access to to personal in-flight entertainment. By possessing the world's latest aircraft models, Qatar Airways is always strong at this point. And the second technology type impacting the air travel industry is product distribution, which is revolutionary for the airlines. So by nature, the airline industry is dependent on strong distribution networks and was one of the first industry to computerize distribution. And until the 1980s, only travel agencies had direct access to the airline seats. And that changed when the airline industry was able to take full advantage of the internet. It was then that direct connectivity was made, not just between the travel agencies and the airlines reservation systems, but between the consumers themselves and the airline reservation systems. And this marked a significant advancement for the airline industry. The time of the low-cost carriers had arrived, and taking full advantage of this technological leap measurably lowered ticketing costs by bypassing the various intermediaries embedded in the previous product distribution models. And airlines currently utilize the global distribution system, the GDS model, which Amazon also uses. And at a time when people in general did not yet have any notions of e-commerce, it was being applied in the aviation industry. It is believed aviation is the first industry to use e-commerce as a distribution system. Beginning in 2000, carriers was determined to employ technologies to their distribution system. The airline established its initial online ticket sales model. Even as internet accessibility and penetration in Indonesia was very limited, the areas that the technology covers. In general, there are ticket sales through websites and mobile applications would empower customers to purchase tickets quickly, at times of their own convenience and as easily as possible. And nowadays, airlines sell and distribute tickets primarily through the websites and the e-commerce platforms, a direct or semi-direct low-cost ticket revenue stream. However, there is another significant aspect to this distribution channel. This is ancillary revenues, and upselling and the sales of ancillary products have become significantly easier than was previously possible. Examples include the airlines offering a range of ancillary or related on-demand services, such as taxi pickup, in-flight meals, access to hotel bookings, or seat upgrades. All of these are carried out through the application of the technologies applied in the distribution system, greatly assisting the airline to increase their revenues at minimal cost. Therefore, the sales organization is also considerably simpler and more progressive. A further significant motivation for the low-cost carriers to employ technology for their distribution systems is the large domination of major airlines, which have exerted control over the traditional distribution channels. Major carriers will cease to cooperate with any travel agencies that support other airlines. For example, under direct comparative pressure from Vietnam Airlines, Vietjet Air would have become successful if there was no innovative technology applied to its distribution system. And when Vietjet Air applied the technology for online sales, the proportion of its customer booking online was increased. There have also been changes to the interactions the customers have with their online technology. The proportion of customers interacting with the technology has increased 25% to 30% annually, including online ticket purchases and ticket checking, or buying add-ons packages such as in-flight meals or additional luggage allowance or seat selection. Online distribution systems also aid the low-cost carriers by reducing the cost of commissions to travel agents. Commissions are currently paid at approximately 7% to 9%. The technology has a major influence on the airline's profits and their growth. And the third type of technology employed in the aviation industry relates primarily to the airport side. The use of biometric technology for immigration management at large airports, such as in the US or at Changi International Airport in Singapore, biometrics and artificial intelligence are replacing elements of human workforce. A new flying experience happens when our passengers do not have any human interaction during check-in, a process that was previously completely humanized. And these passengers can arrive at the check-in areas and interact only with the computer technology, a system which is presently employed by the Singapore Airlines at Changi Airport. And in the race to enrich the passenger experience, Singapore Changi airports continue to invest heavily in boosting overall operational efficiencies and enhancing the passenger's flying experience. New self-service check-in and luggage tagging facilities were introduced for passengers of Singapore Airlines and Silk Air as part of the ongoing Fast and Simplest Travels initiative by the Changi Airport. The Changi Airport also stresses the important fact that self-service does not necessarily mean poorer service, nor does it mean lower service standards. This is a vital point for an airport which prides itself on its positive customer service reputation. And according to these airports, self-service alleviates the amount of manual processing work done by checking agents today, freeing them up to provide higher value-added services such as addressing whatever other queries passengers may have pertaining to their travel journeys. The adoption of facial recognition technologies at the self-baggage drop machines, integrated border control lanes, and self-boarding gates allows for security checks to be fully automated. Today, departing passengers are required to verify their identity at 3 locations: the luggage check-in, the border control, and when boarding, on previously performed manually by ground handling staff or immigration officers. By leveraging technology, on clearance, through these touch points are expected to be speedier, thereby enhancing operational efficiency while reducing the reliance on manpower and associated costs. An imaginative scenario in the near future can be explained by describing a passenger's travel experience. The passengers can check their baggage by themselves, give their biometric information to connect them with their air ticket, then place their luggage on the belt. The passengers can pass through immigration control where they encounter biometric technology again. Another potential scenario could see the eradication of air tickets altogether, even serving a phone for boarding the aircraft. Nothing would be required beyond a passenger's finger or face for scanning. In this scenario, the passenger arrives at the check-in counter, and their fingers is recognized biometrically, and this recognition links to passport validity, travel class, baggage allowance, etc. The passengers then proceed through security and immigration, again with the biometric checks. When the passengers board the aircraft, the system is unlocked using biometric recognition again. Another technology holding significant potential benefits for airport airlines is wearable technology. And Japan Airlines and Spring Airlines at Tokyo Haneda Airport have deployed this publicly. When wearable technologies is integrated seamlessly with mobile services, the passengers' experience can be significantly enhanced. For instance, This technology will deliver timely and relevant notifications to passengers concerning their flight status, guiding them in finding or highlighting events or promotions around them. This will give passengers not only an astonishing wow factor, but also the extra personal touch that a mobile application alone cannot deliver. In short, while self-service backdrop and self-checking are simplifying passenger processing, the widespread use of biometrics has revolutionized the customer's overall airport experience. And then we will have the questions like, when this technology becomes involved, are we replacing humans with machines and robots, in fact, already assist greatly in many areas of aviation services, and manpower numbers can be significantly reduced through the use of robots to carry out check-in procedures and act as security agents at airports. In reality, the interaction between ground staff and passengers is approximately 2.5 minutes for a domestic flight and 5 minutes for an international flight. And greater employee interactions with customers are encouraged, while repetitive manual jobs are consigned to robots, which can work more accurately. The primary reasons to favor robots over humans in some key areas is because humans tend to make mistakes. This could be in checking travel documents to enter the correct country, recording correct baggage data, either the number of items or the total weight, not to mention the myriad of potentially negative issues that may possibly occur at the counter. Therefore, robots can reduce flight safety risks. However, though a machine is intelligent to a certain degree, it is still a machine which requires at least some human input and directions or control. The aim of employing machines and technology is to assist the human to operate more efficiently and more cost-effectively in many different ways. Today, humans are living a new era in which the human and the capital assets, capital aspects, and technology combine to bring out the best for the organization. More importantly, at the end of the day, for the greatest passenger experience possible. And at present, we see that small airlines in the ASEAN region are not necessarily able to afford all of this technology described as I have mentioned. And actually, small airlines do not need to own the software or equipment, but only to pay for what they are able to cover. Contrarily, technology is a commercial advantage for large airlines because it's easier for them to interact with their customers. Thus, the airlines' marketing departments have become smarter in ways of selling additional services. They tailor their communication approach to customers and undertake big data analysis through the retrieval of customer information. Despite its being a commercial advantage for large airlines, however, the purchase of a ticket based on the price decision will continue to drive customers into airline selection. And nevertheless, whether these airlines provide high technology or not, the technology does not lead to greater customer loyalty in the airline industry. And for instance, if Emirates air tickets are cheaper than those of Qatar Airways, people will continue to fly with Emirates and vice versa. And even though airlines try to equip themselves with the newest technology or to polish themselves with beautiful furnishings, for as long as the purchase decision is overwhelmingly based on price, and travelers will ultimately care only about a cheaper ticket to fly from point A to point B. When the aviation industry reshapes itself and the airlines restructure their offering, it's vitally important the changes are based on price. Then technology will be a differentiating factor and will be useful because the market has become more careful. And at the moment, the market seems quite homogeneous. For as long as consumer behaviors is based on price as a decision, and despite the best efforts of the marketers to play up the importance of technology, customers give little thought to the technologies the airlines use to deliver their services and to their passengers. And from the presentation, we can conclude for our research that the adoption of technical innovations relating to aircraft convenience and comfort, online ticketing purchasing, the check-in process, and mobile integration will deliver advantages over non-adopting or slower adopting competitors. This is the end of this presentation, and thank you very much for your attention. And we hope to see you on the next talk with the next topic. See you. Bye bye.